Today is the 5th of February 2009. We are in Ballston Spa at the Saratoga County Veterans Transitional Home, and we are doing an interview today with Mr. Corey.
James Gray.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gray. All right, and sir, for the record, would you please state your full name and your date and place of birth?
James Gray. 12, date of birth, 12/5/1950.
Okay, and whereabouts were you born?
Jamaica, New York City.
Okay, did you go to school and grow up in Jamaica?
I went to school in Jamaica till I think it was the 8th grade, and then I moved to Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
And I went to school there. I went to school there till I went into the military.
Okay. And what year was that?
69.
Okay. And I see you entered the Air Force. You enlisted?
Yes. I was drafted, but I enlisted.
Okay. All right. And what made you pick the Air Force?
The experience of, I had good education, I had an opportunity for higher education. I just thought that the Air Force was a good place for me to do something, where I can do something with the skills I had.
Okay. And, all right, where did you go for your basic training?
Lackland Air Base,
Okay.
Texas.
Okay. Was that basically your first time away from home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Okay. What was it like at Lackland?
It was rudimentary.
Mm-hmm.
It was basic training. Everything was. It was kind of hard,
Mm-hmm.
but it was fair.
Okay. And once you graduated from basic training, where did you go from
I
there?
went to Chanute Air Base, Air Force Base in Illinois
Okay.
for technical training and aircraft mechanics, jet propulsion,
Mm-hmm.
aircraft science, and stuff like that.
Okay. Did you work on a particular aircraft, or was it general?
It was more of a general, basic knowledge of the systems,
Mm-hmm.
the aircraft systems, and
Okay. All right. And once you completed, and how long was that course for?
I think it was about 3 to 4 months.
Okay. I'll stop it for a second if you want. Okay. And once you completed your schooling, whereabouts were you sent next?
I was sent to Plattsburgh Air Force Base, New York.
Okay. And when approximately was that?
That was in '69. I don't know the exact month.
Okay, so it was probably during the summer or later on in the year?
It was during the spring, I think.
Okay. All right. Well,
sure, I can't remember all that.
okay. What was life like in Plattsburgh?
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. I learned a lot, of my trade,
Mm-hmm.
my MOS. I learned a lot. I worked on B-52 bombers, KC-135 air refueling jets. I got a lot of flight line experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. It was a lot of hands-on.
Okay.
You know.
Did you specialize in one field, like hydraulics, or?
Yes, I specialized in hydraulics.
Okay.
But I had the basic knowledge of everything else.
Okay.
You know, I got my top secret security clearance there, You know, I worked on live aircraft with live ammo on it. You know, and the what they call that, it's sort of like a forbidden zone where high security.
Okay. Restricted area.
Restricted area. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Okay. All right. And how long were you in Plattsburgh?
I was in Plattsburgh about 7 months, I think, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And what happened next?
I went to do that. Plattsburgh was the 8th Air Force. It was a Strategic Air Command. And then from there I went to do some more training at George Air Force Base, which was a tactical Air Force base.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned the F-4 Phantom jets. I worked on them then.
Mm-hmm.
Worked on OV-10s, C-130 aircraft, which was modified. You know, I was learning that there because I was going overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. All right. And once you finished up with that, were you shipped overseas?
Yes.
Okay. And did you go home on leave at all?
Yeah, I went home on leave. Yeah, before I went on a 30-day leave, and before I reported to Travis Air Force Base.
Okay.
In California.
Okay. And how did you fly overseas? Was it on a military plane or a civilian?
It was civilian plane, but it was all military personnel on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no civilians, just all military. I guess it was something that they, I don't know, rented out, or I don't know what it was, but they, you know, it was military.
Okay.
It was Delta, so.
Okay.
I remember that.
All right. And whereabouts did you land?
I landed in Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay. What was your impression when you stepped off the plane? I mean, what was it like?
My impression was that the city smelled.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looked alike,
Mm-hmm.
and that they was talking a funny language, and I thought they was talking about me. That was my impression. You know.
What was the temperature like? Was it hot and humid?
Oh yeah, definitely hot and humid. You know, even in their winter, their monsoon season, it was hot. So it was like year round. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
The country was real green. You know, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Now, where were you stationed in Thailand?
Ubon Air Base,
Okay.
Ubon Ratchathani, Thailand.
How far was that from Bangkok?
Oh, a couple hundred miles
Okay.
northwest. It was on the Laotian-Cambodia border,
Okay.
where they meet, where the Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia meet.
Okay. And how did you get from Bangkok to Ubon?
C-130,
Okay.
military aircraft.
Okay. What was that like for you at Ubon? Did it take a while to get settled in, or did you basically start working right away? Was there any kind of transition at all?
No, it wasn't no transition. It was like, you know, you got right to work because was flying a lot of sorties out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So the help was needed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was OJT,
Okay.
you know, which was good.
What was your regular, typical work day like?
12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I worked the day shift for a while, then I went to the night shift.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was busy.
Uh-huh.
It was busy. It was a busy day, you know, each and every day was busy.
Okay. What time did the day start for you?
I think it was 6 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
6 to 6, and then 6 to 6. You know.
Yeah.
You know. So it was 12. Everybody did 12-hour shifts.
Okay. What was the food like there?
The food was good. Remember, it's the Air Force.
Okay. All right. What about, you said you worked 6 days a week. You got a day off?
Yeah.
Were you able to leave the base at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we go downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and kick up our heels a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you have any sort of entertainment like USO shows or anything like that?
Yeah, we had the Bob Hope show come. Bob Hope, Phyllis Diller, Lana Polona,
Uh-huh.
and a couple other guests, yeah.
Okay. And you were there for the monsoon season?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it rain constantly there?
Yeah, but the one thing about the monsoon, you can see it coming.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can look out and you can see it coming, and then when it gets right over you, it pours, and then it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it came, it goes, and then the heat will dry you right off. So that's how it was hot and humid. You know,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Did you have much contact at all with the Thai people?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. You mentioned on your application that you did some TDY to Vietnam.
Yes.
Okay. You want to tell us about that?
Well, when I got into Spectre Squadron, Night Owl C-130 gunships, I went with my plane. Wherever it went, you know, if it went to Tan Sanud, I'd go there. If we go to Cam Ranh Bay, I'd go there. You know, so, because the base, the base of operations for the C-130 gunships
Mm-hmm.
was Ubon. And Ubon was a tactical air base. But they had the C-130 gunships there
Uh-huh.
with the mini guns and, you know, and where, you know, we go with the plane.
Okay.
So, you know, we probably go, if it's shot up or something, we go fix it or try to get it back to base or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be.
So, were you on like a lot of night missions mostly? When you flew with the
Yeah, nights, days,
Okay.
you know, whenever, you know, there was a job to do. But our thing was mainly to fly, to retrieve airplanes if it was shot up or
Mm-hmm.
damaged or it needed work to be done to fly it back to base. You know, so
Okay.
it was, you know, mainly like that, more so than the mission status.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
How much time did you typically spend in Vietnam, like on the ground?
Oh, wow. It could range from 2 weeks, you know, at a clip.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can range for a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever it takes to get, you know, that or the F-4 Phantom jets
Okay.
back to base. You know, so I might switch off the C-130 gunships and go to the F-4 Phantoms.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on where I'm needed.
Okay. Were you ever under fire at all on the ground or in the air?
Well, we had a sapper attack at Ubon. You know, and in the air, yeah. You know, in the air, that was typical. You know, the C-130s was it's like the workhorse. You know, they wasn't that fast. They didn't fly that high like a B-52 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know, they were taking a lot of hits, small arms fire, stuff like that. Nothing
Okay.
major.
Did you yourself have any close calls?
No, not really that I can think of. Just the the plane being hit or something like that. Other than that,
Okay.
Remember I was in the Air Force, so
Right.
it wasn't like ground combat or nothing like that.
Okay. Now, what rank were you at that point?
Airman first class.
Okay. All right. And did you suffer from being over in that type of environment? Did you suffer from any kind of tropical diseases like malaria or?
No, I got I got chronic. I suffer still today from PTSD. I suffer still today from chronic tropical skin fungi,
Okay.
which I'm disabled with.
Okay.
Service connection.
Okay. And what were your officers like?
They was good, I worked on. They was good, I worked on some F4s and stuff like that, and got to know some of the pilots, and they trusted our work, my work.
Okay.
But I always had a problem because when they go out on a sortie, some of them didn't come back.
Yeah.
So I always question the thing: was it my mechanical skills or was it they got shot down? Because nobody tells you anything. So that there I live with still today.
Okay. You mentioned a Sergeant Frank Bellamy. Do you want to tell about him?
Well, Frank was a friend of mine that I met at Travis Air Force Base. And when I met him, the troops was coming home. They was throwing their uniforms in the garbage. And Frank and I was going over, but I didn't know him till I got there. And he was looking in the trash can. I said, "Man, what you looking in the trash can for?" He said, "I need a belt for my uniform." So we got to talking, and we found out that we was going to the same place. So we sort of got tight, and Frank died over there.
Oh.
And
What was he in a crash or?
no. He worked in life support for the pilots, where they scrap their guns and they, and stuff on. And he got killed downtown in Ubon, in the BC Village. At the BC Village down here. And still today, I still have trouble with that because he stopped at my bungalow. I had a bungalow downtown, and he wanted me to go with him, and I was too busy to go with him. And that day he died.
Wow.
And I feel like I should have been with him. Maybe it wouldn't have happened.
Okay. All right. And how long were you over there?
A year.
1 year. Were you asked to extend, or did you want to extend, or did you have any choice in the matter?
No, well, I gave a deep thought about extending.
Okay.
But the war was going on. Frank died.
Yeah.
But at that time, I wanted to.
Okay.
I was having trouble. That's where my PTSD kicked in.
Okay. All right. Now, what year was that?
1971.
It was in 71. Okay. So when you left Ubon, came back to the States, whereabouts did you go into?
Back to Travis Air Force Base.
Travis. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you discharged from
Yes.
Travis?
Travis, yes. Got an early out. Yes.
Okay. How much of an early out did you get?
Yeah.
Year?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And when you came back, of course, in '71, there was still the anti-war movement going on. Did you run into any kind of problems with, you know, being in uniform, coming back to the States?
Well, when I came back, yeah, you know, it wasn't, you know, wasn't no hero welcoming. It was, it was nothing.
Okay.
You know, you step outside the base, whatever, Travis, and then you got the anti-war movement going on, and I didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went in the service because I was being drafted, but you know, I opted to serve how I wanted to serve, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that was very, very uncalled for the people to. You know, we did our duty. We didn't go over there. You know, we did our duty over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't make the war. We didn't do any of that thing. But we did what we had to do. We served our country.
Mm-hmm.
And to come back and face that, you know, and that ran the whole gambit. You know, not just the protesters. It ran into. You know, friends, family, you know, everybody a little standoffish, you know, because don't know what to expect. When I came back, I wasn't debriefed.
Uh-huh.
You know, I came back and I was just let go. And Travis, they let me go. You know, they didn't debrief me, they didn't do nothing. They just sent me from one extreme to the other.
Okay.
You know, and there was no adjustment period. So life was a little hard.
Okay. Once you were discharged, did you sign up for unemployment?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right.
For a while, then I went back to work for the state of New York.
Okay. All right. So did you use the GI Bill at all?
No.
Okay. Now you said you went to work for the state. What did you do with them?
Oh, before I went in, I was a nurse's aide.
Mm-hmm.
What they call something they call CPAs or something like that. They call it today. I was a nurse's aide.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came out, I went back into that after that little stint with unemployment.
Okay.
You know, but it didn't pan out, you know, because I was having problems adjusting.
Okay. Were you working in a hospital?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, did you keep in touch with any of the people you served with at all?
Yeah. One guy came to visit me, you know, but then that dissipated over time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess you know everybody had their life. He was from Newark. I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York at the time. You know, so the contact just dissipated into nothingness.
Okay. Now, when you went back to Poughkeepsie, were you working at was it St. Francis Hospital?
No, I was working at the Hudson River State Hospital.
Oh, the state hospital. Okay. Okay. Did you join any veterans organizations?
No, that came later. You know, I was ignorant to a lot of things. You know,
Uh-huh.
when I came back, you know, nobody told you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's why the condition of a lot of these Vietnam vets are like they are today, because nobody told them nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't learn about the DAB and all that until about about a year or something after I got out the service, which was too late for a lot of things, medical things and stuff like that, because you're supposed to have reported it, you know, documented it 30 days or something after you get out the military. You know, you don't tell nobody this, and now, today, it's catching up. You know, so.
Okay.
So it's catching up, and that's what's happening with a lot of veterans, you know, like the PTSD and stuff like that, you know, things that was unrecognizable then, they're just being recognized now. You know, so.
Okay. How do you think your time in the service changed or affected your life? Obviously, as you mentioned, there were a lot of issues that you know, you weren't prepared for, benefits and such that they never talked about. Do you think it had a significant bearing on where your life went once you got out of the service?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Well, in my case, I don't think that they diagnosed the PTSD that I would have. The pains, the aches, the arthritis and stuff I have from working on them planes up in Plattsburgh, and coming out of the extreme cold weather into the hot weather, the effect it would have on my skin, you know, a lot of things, Agent Orange, you know, you know, if I would have known back then that these ailments would catch up with me and later in life, I would have did something about it back then, you know, but they never told the effects of what was going on over there.
Okay.
So it's not only me, other veterans.
Now, how long have you been here in Ballston Spa?
2 years almost. April will be 2 years.
Okay. All right. Is there anything we haven't touched on it that you'd like to talk about at this time?
Yeah, I got 2 beautiful kids.
Oh, okay, great. And what are their names?
Autumn Joy and Jamel David.
Uh-huh. And how old are they?
14 and 16.
Okay.
She's 16, he's 14.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your participation.
No problem.
And welcome home.